Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the Technical Trader. It's Wednesday, October 14th. These are the charts of the day. Today we're going to talk about some new ones and a couple of our mainstays, but let's talk about the one in front of you is APAC Customer Services, APAC. And the reason for today's recommendation is a move across multi-year highs. If you can, going all the way back to 2000, 2001, 2002, attempt at that in 07, and then run back at it with a pullback and the consolidation. Look at this coil with an ascending coil type background, type of development that finally broke out today. And here's the thrust that took it out on the biggest volume, or second biggest volume in 3 months, the biggest volume in a month. The stock popped on 1.36 million, 52 cents, or about 8.7%, and broke out. We should get on this kind of a consolidation that lasts as long as this does. We should get some kind of a follow through, and maybe the measured move could take us substantially higher. Going way back on the chart, you can see that there's resistance above that, up around the $12 range, and that would be an intermediate target. But short-term target would be somewhere around 9.5 to 10 zone. Next, we have JADE, which we traded today. As you can see, a coil type consolidation as well took place over the last 3 or 4 months. That basically was broken yesterday, and a strong follow through with a gap today that took out the August high as well. Now, drawing the channel in, you'll see that it measures somewhere up around the $5 level or more for a 50% move from where it is now, and that's what we'll be looking for. MS Communications had a really nice base from November of last year to July of this year, spiked up in August, pulled back and formed a coil of sorts here, right in this range here, broke out, didn't get the kind of volume we wanted to see, and then backed off and retested the rising 50-day moving average. And then it popped up to the high and backed off very gently on low volume, and that gave us a signal after holding this moving average that it was going to potentially move, and it popped the last 2 days. Now, when you step back and look at the overall chart, you'll see that the resistance levels are somewhere up around $1.7580, and then beyond that, 2.5 or so, and that's what I'll be looking for on MS carrying forward. But this is certainly a breakout with volume and technical thrusting. CNO, a stock which we recommended for trading back in September, then went into a 4-week contraction with a declining tops line here on low volume, and today it popped out on a price breakaway surge, up 29.5% on 4 million shares. Likely that it continues this move and makes a run at the 7.5 area, and then beyond that, looking at something maybe in the 9-10 zone. Rambus, still liking this stock and the way it looks. Notice the multiple tops up in the zone. The stock is now attacking this area again, but over the last 4 days, after this nice 1-day spike, 3 days, it's been flagging in here. And I think it's going to make a run at 20 and take it out. And if so, I'd look for something up around the 23 zone and maybe as high as 27 or 28 on an intermediate basis. Portfolio position CYTK is very intriguing to me, and I wanted to show it to you again. A perfect pennant or coil is forming on very low volume with good technicals. I suspect that if this can get out over the 5.25 range, we can probably take the high out and run again. There's some resistance around 570, but I'd be looking for something closer to 7 on the stock short term. Stock I love, and Chinese automotive parts company Tongxin International, which has a fantastic chart with great technicals. Surged a few days ago very nicely and backed off to support, held it, and today popped back 82 cents on good volume. Looks to me like this wants to get to the top of the channel up in the mid to high teens, so let's call 16 a target. Another automotive company in China, China Automotive, CAAS, good looking chart and technicals, and a very nice channel forming, targeted around 15. Look at the little mini flag it's in right here, actually a little pennant narrowing, 2 inside days in a row, very low volume. I expect this takes a pop and runs sometime shortly. Threshold Pharmaceuticals has had a really big run of late, and maybe a bit ahead of itself. but over the last couple of days it backed off gently on low volume, and this run may not be over. I'm looking for a run to 4 3/4 5 zone for a short-term trade as well. MDZ, really a nice base pattern. Price volume surge, 4-week flag, and then a breakout. Now another flag forming in his area, and a breakout above this zone could really send it sharply higher. My next target, once it gets through this zone, is up in the 10.5 to 12 zone, 10.5, 11, let's call it, for my next trading target. And lastly is MPG, McGuire Properties, which formed a beautiful base, had a surge through it, pulled back and retested the moving averages, formed a little mini kind of left shoulder, head, right shoulder, or cup and handle, and now today popped out 40 cents or 17.5% on 8.4 million, highest volume in 3 weeks, almost 4 weeks. So there you have it, some pretty strong ideas for the coming days, and we will talk to you tomorrow.